weird question to ask, really, isn't it? How are you all doing tonight? Like, it's just this conventional thing with stand-up. Let's just ask you right at the beginning how you're doing tonight. It's like, it's so strange. It's bizarre. Because I haven't even started my set yet, and we don't know how well it's going to go. But hey, it's great that you guys have got mad energy, and hey, I've got this thing with stand-up at the moment. It's really bizarre, especially since I'm standing up here with a microphone. What the fuck? Stand-up? All of you guys are sitting down. None of this makes sense. Like, it's also kind of ableist and a little bit kind of like, you know what I mean? But it is. So I don't know, like, indulge me a little bit. Can we get anyone and everyone who's able to please stand up? Right now. Do it. Really? Right, everyone, front and back, I want to see everyone standing up. What I've noticed here is that 5'9" is not what I imagine 5'9" to be. But also, I'm so glad because now I don't feel like the only fucking idiot in the room. There's something that's not quite right about that. Hold on. See, what happened was all of you came here today and you filled up all the chairs. And ordinarily, I'd just grab a chair so that I could see above you all. But now I'm standing at a fucking table. Well done, everyone. Thanks for selling out. Probably shouldn't touch that. But hey, I feel like I'm getting vertigo up here. I might need to get down. Alright, I'll tell you what, I'll relieve you of your anguish. You can all sit down. Crazy shit. Alright, right, so that's a weird thing. Standard conventions of stand-up comedy. Let's call it stand-up. None of us are standing up. Now you're all sitting down. Then you go to the next bit where you introduce yourself and you say, hi. Where do you go from there? Maybe you introduce yourself to the audience and get to know some of them. All you lovely faces, just to make things extra special instead of dealing with the front row. Because we always deal with the front row. Oh, lovely. And by the way, love this thing. I can't pull it off, but you're managing it. So I'm going to come to this row here and just say, hey, how are you doing? What's your name, sir? Dr. Octopus. Hi, I'm Spider-Man. What's your name, fella?
Charles.
Sorry?
Charles.
Charles. And your name, man?
Maid Marion.
Maid Marion, of course it is. Who else have we got here?
Cat.
Cat and?
Joe.
Joe, and your name?
Wow.
This is going to go on for a while. Okay, what's your name? Luke, and like, oh fuck, I'm going to need some paper, right? I'm just going to get them all at the end, it's fine. Alright, so then you've got your next bit, you go on to your next bit. What's the next bit of stand-up comedy that you have to do? You have to tell a joke. Haven't done one, I stood on a table, you guys are like, oh, gassed already. It's going well. Next thing that you do as a stand-up comedian at any gig is you go, how long have I got?
You're good.
20 minutes, great.
Yeah.
So, and you just carry on like that, and then you just go through the cycle. You tell a joke about yourself, you introduce yourself in a familiar way that everyone feels comfortable with. For example, I might say something like, hi, my name's Ant. I look like Fred Durst, but One Direction. You tell a little story about yourself. I had 2 kids, which means I have had sex twice. I'm now divorced, which means I've had sex nonce. Wait, that's not right. And then you go on to like something that's familiar to everyone, and you start talking about your employment, and so you'll shout out something like, hey, let's get a whoop and a cheer for anyone who's got a job. Show-offs. I work at a builder's merchant, so it's not as fun as it sounds. which is explaining all the high energy. And I drive a forklift. I remember once driving a forklift, and I'm just driving along, and I see this kiddie walking across the front gate, and he's with his mum holding her hand, and he's just, oh, mum, yeah, that's amazing. There's me looking like a straight up boss doing 2 miles an hour. 27k a year. So then you move on from something relatable because people can relate to stupid shit about your jobs, and you move on to something, I don't know, so asinine, like when you went to a festival, because everyone's been to festivals recently, right? I went to a Harley Davidson festival. Scary shit. They said, don't go in the mosh pit. I went in the mosh pit. Thought I'd brave it. I thought, yeah, you know what, like I'm a pretty robust looking guy. There's all these guys with these kind of patches on their shoulders and on their backs. One says 86, one says -1. I'm thinking, fucking hell, this is a really bad game of bingo. And I'm just getting slammed about from left to right by all these bearded, hairy men. Couldn't tell if it was my sweat or their sweat. And it was insane, and it made me remember back to a time, a much finer time when I was much younger, and I went to Download Festival, and everything was much safer. They don't let you take in alcohol, but me and my friends found a way. My friend had a disabled dad. That disabled dad had a bunch of catheter bags. Clean ones! He said, fill up these catheter bags and we'll take them in. How are we going to get them in? I don't know. I don't know! So we take them to me. You're talking like 8, 10 catheter bags on every single part of my body. And I'm walking up like, this is so fucking wrong! And I get stopped by security. And they want to pat me down. And they pat me down and they say, oh, sorry about that. They pat me down and they say, what's that? Imagine in that situation, having to go on full-on sell mode, like a used car salesman, and just turn to this security guard who clearly knows you're full of shit. And he's just say to him, I have a degenerative bowel disease, and so do all my friends. We're here on holiday, and we all meet up as a group, and he's just like, fuck that, we'll nothing do it, you just go right ahead. And there's, oh, me and my friends, drinking vodka out of a catheter bag in the mosh pit. Like, I thought I got some weird looks then. I'm getting some fucking weird looks. So that's the kind of bulk of the stand-up comedy set. Finally, you have come to the big finish. How do you close up? You need to finish on something strong, something absolutely amazing. So I figured maybe I'll tell you guys a little story tonight. Is that right? Yeah, okay. So let's begin. Someone died today. The end. And that's basically how you comedy. Standing up or sitting down. Hey, I've got one more question for you guys before I go. Is it anyone's birthday tonight? Is it? Yes! I think I might have something. Chris, can you come up here? Everybody told me that it might or might not have been your birthday at some point today or yesterday or in the interim of drunkenness. Because I heard you had a good night. Chris, I didn't get you a present, but I figured since I'm the only guy that's wearing a hat and look like a complete dick up here, you need to wear one too. I want to make you feel special, babe. And then don't worry, because I bought another one just to make Jack feel like an absolute ponce as well. If we can somehow find a way of tying this together, because somehow...
Oh, we'll find a way.
I usually crack this one out during early on in my set, but I've got to say, like, it's just been so much fun being in front of you guys, and I want to keep that energy going as you go into your break. So, can I indulge one more time and let you guys join us in a sing-song? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, 1, 2, 3. Boom, 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 let me say well. Boom, 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 let me say well. Boom, 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 is a whale. This has been fun. Let's give a hip hip hooray for Craig. I've been a guy on a microphone who you won't remember, and if you want to follow me on social media, don't.